Hi, I'm Chelsea, and I'm an artist and a creator, and I've learned that starting something is really hard, and I just wanted to share a little bit of a diary of a moment where I was starting something and it turned into something amazing. So, enjoy. And action. Why is starting something such a hard thing to do? I don't understand it. It's the fear of the unknown with the combination of feeling overwhelmed and just the lack of clarity of where you want to begin and how what direction to take. That's hard to start, but yeah, I'm just gonna start painting and maybe go from there. I don't know what direction this is gonna go in, but I'm just starting something like you do, and I don't know where it's gonna go, but maybe something cool can come out of this. I don't know, who knows. Okay. I'm gonna start. I thought that this video could just be studio noises, but then I realized that I listened to audio it's a little distracting, so you get a voiceover from me. The question is, do I clean this or just keep working off these colors? They're pretty dry, but I should probably wash out this pan. Just starting something is so scary. So a little bit of background about me, because this is probably the first, well, this isn't the first video that I've ever posted to YouTube, but this is the first video that I hope starts along, something. I've been wanting to record videos of me making art, and I started last year. This video is actually, I probably recorded it back in March of 2024, because I just want to start doing something with video editing and documenting my art. I, at this point, have been living in San Diego for about 4 months, living on my own. I moved from the Bay Area and had separated from my longtime partner, and this is my first time living on my own, and I used a lot of 2024 to just explore art and give myself space to create. And there were a couple of times where I would start filming and trying to make a video out of it, and it wouldn't, it'd just be sitting there. I've had all these video files just sitting on my computer, on SD cards, just waiting to become something. And I was like, you know what? It's 2025 and I'm going through footage, and yeah, I'm just there's stuff here that I could use. I could make something into it. But basically, I mean, you see me here, this is probably very boring to watch, but I'm just cleaning my palette. And the beginning of this video, when the palette was all messy, I work with gouache, and it's really fun to just collect and build color over time, because you can re-wet gouache, not the acrylic kind, but this one by Arteza. You can re-wet it, and it works like watercolor. You can even build it back up to its opaque nature. Maybe let's not put the drinking water by the paint dipping water. Gotta
gotta start somewhere. We're doing it.
Basically in this video, I'm just resetting myself, I guess. Resetting my palette, because I've been like needing and wanting some change and something new. So that's why I cleaned my palette. Looking back, I remember though, I was kind of upset that I had completely cleaned my palette. But, because the colors were just like muddy enough that the colors weren't so pure from the tube. And, yeah. So it's funny looking back at this footage, because I think about how I like lacked direction and where I wanted to go, but I just started filming. And I mean, that's how this voiceover is basically going, is I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to be a little chatty, have, some play with video making and recording my art and documenting it. Look at me be like so timid with the paints. It's so funny. Like I normally start out really timid whenever I paint. And then, as like the palette gets messy and as like my hands warm up and I've painted the first few bad pieces, it starts to make sense. I'm pretty sure I'm like talking at these points in the video. I might have to cut this voiceover to see like what I'm saying. I don't know.
I'm just painting really bad, splotchy things. It looks so bad.
The timing of that part of the voiceover kind of worked out perfectly, with cutting to the audio in my clip. But basically, after I've warmed up terribly in my sketchbook, I started painting these flower eyes. And I think at this point in my experimentation throughout the year, I already started painting flower eyes. They've just become a part of my, I guess, like visual language. These guys are just like my therapeutic doodles. And I really discovered something with watercolor and or gouache. Either way, I feel like if you explain to people like, oh, I paint in gouache, they'll be like, what? Huh? And I just tell people it's watercolor. But really, for like my artist friends out there, if you really want to be specific or want me to be specific about what I'm using gouache. So anyway, yeah, these flower eyes I like started developing because whenever I looked at flowers, it looked like they could have eyes. And in college, I used to paint eyes and draw eyes a little obsessively and not really anything else, just eyeballs. I mean, I drew other things in college, obviously, but I just recently discovered how cool it is to combine the two of them together to make something just really unique and interesting and something from my brain. They've really allowed me to explore color in my work. So a little bit of background about me. I went to college and studied studio arts. And back in the day, I painted and drew a lot in black and white and never really explored color. I didn't explore color until, well, my painting classes. I was definitely exploring color, but with like watercolor, something I really remember and what will always stick with me is in my life drawing classes. I took several semesters of life drawing because I loved it so much. Like I probably only needed to take maybe 2 or 3 semesters. I ended up taking 4, and I think by the time I got to my third one, near the end of it, my professor introduced us to watercolor and life drawing and like painting the figure live with a medium that takes quite a bit of time to dry. And I just loved it so much. I loved like the free flowing nature of it. And I love the, like, yes, you have to be a little strategic about how you place your paints, and that the rate at which it dries you have to consider. And I think I really liked that. I liked that it took some time for the paint to dry so I could go in and add these really cool bleeds to different sections to help emphasize like shadow and line and weight in the figure. I should really dig up some of my old stuff. Maybe I'll dig up my old watercolors and make a video out of them. I don't know. See, this is what happens when you start something. It's you start it and you see where it goes, and it's not gonna go how you envision it in your head, but I could really see myself like sharing more of my work in a format like this. I think it's kind of like, it's peaceful and relaxing, and much like these drawings or paintings, I'm just kind of like going with the flow and making my little eyes. I put eyeliner on my flower eyes because I tend to like wearing eyeliner like as a part of my kind of my regular makeup look. So in a way, these flower eyes are a reflection of who I am. But a lot of the times the eyes are based on like my friends. I actually have a really good friend. She has the most beautiful eyes, and I think I've just committed them to memory. So sometimes whenever I paint, she'll see a new drawing of these flower eyes, and she'll be like, "Are those my eyes?" And I'm like, "Who's to say?" You know, I look at her eyes all the time, and maybe I've just committed them to memory. But this has been a really great process to see if I could make an interesting video. I don't know. You tell me if this is interesting or not. I don't really have an official way to end what I started here, because I just feel like, you know, I'm starting something, and I just didn't get any footage of the final pieces here. So if you're watching this, thank you. If you like it, subscribe, because maybe there will be more to this. Maybe there's more videos on here already, and you can go watch those. I don't know. Who knows? Art is just whatever you want it to be. And I think I'll just leave it there. Have a good one. All right. Goodbye.